Hi, I'm Teddy Atlas here with Anthony Smith. No need for introduction. I mean, veteran, great MMA, great UFC fighter, and he's gonna be kind enough to indulge me to allow you to see why I think Sean O'Malley is not only the best striker in the UFC right now. There's some competition, Tapoya, obviously Max Holloway, but I think he stands above everybody. But he's so good, I think he could actually be in my business as a boxer. Because to me, I look at him, if I walked in a room and I just saw him on the monitor and I didn't notice that he had no shoes on his feet, I would say, oh, what boxer is this? What fighter is this? I haven't seen him. He is that pure at understanding the art of the sweet science. So right now, without further ado, we're gonna break down what makes him, what I think, so special. First of all, he uses his legs not only to create offense, but to create defense, both. Which you don't see too many guys do that. He uses his legs to create gaps where he makes guys reach in, where they gotta go through a bad neighborhood. And you know what happens when you go through a bad neighborhood? You get mugged. He's good at doing that, getting you to go through a bad neighborhood, where you're looking to strike, let's say right now. He'll step back, he'll make you miss, and then he's right there. If you throw ball, bang, bang, he's right there to counter. Again, we'll do it a little quicker. He'll step back, bang, bang, he's right there to strike. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. But again, he does it with his legs. Defense creates offense. Right there, perfect. Creates gaps, and he fills the gaps with quick punches. That's one of the things that he does so well. And listen, if that's not working for him, if you're not going for that, where he's just doing it naked, well, then he does it off his jab. He'll stun you with the jab. He's got a real good jab. Bang! And then he'll step back. Bang, bang, bang! Set up the same thing with a combination right there. You like to look away, kind of, yeah. I see the football stuff here, kind of a little bit like Mahomes. Look away punches instead of look away passes. That is one of the things that I think will make him so difficult with Merab, because Merab, look, he's tremendous, he's an animal, he's great if he gets you here, but the whole problem is, how's he gonna get him here? And while he's trying to get him there, again, he creates a bad neighborhood. Now the shoot, Merab's gonna be looking for the shoot. So same thing, he looks for the shoot. I'm not gonna tell you, you do, up. Now here, bang, bang, he uses an uppercut well. I think an uppercut makes sense. And that is part of his repertoire, because you're leaning forward, you might not see that punch, and you know this one yourself. What happens with the punches you don't see?
They hurt the worst.
They
hurt the worst.
Yeah, they hurt pretty bad. Sometimes they hurt so much that someone has to tell you what they were in the locker room afterwards when, you come to your senses a little bit. So he can do it setting it up if he goes for the shoot. And another thing that he does so well on his legs is, well, I'm gonna ask you a question. It's not a trick question. If he gives angles real well. Like he'll go out, all of a sudden he's over here, he's over here, he's over here. Have you ever been able to shoot? Have you seen anyone shoot a guy that gives angles?
No, it's hard. You gotta shoot in straight lines. It's hard to shoot on an angle. It's easy to strike on an angle, but it's hard to shoot on an angle.
Merab's gonna have a problem. He's gonna have a problem trying to strike with him, negotiate that distance, and he's gonna have a problem shooting on him, as we just said. Well, that's one of the phases that he's so good at. Using his legs, creating defense, creating offense, creating opportunities, creating bad neighborhoods to mug somebody. Another thing that O'Malley is really good at, there are so many, like I said earlier, there's so many phases that really remind me of a top boxer. But one of them, Anthony, is his awareness. People call it ring generalship, but his awareness in the ring, in the octagon. We're in the ring, which thank you for not putting me in a cage. I appreciate that very much. I feel a little bit more comfortable here with ropes rather than steel, especially with you. Where he's aware at all times, he feels it. You gotta feel it, you know that. You gotta feel it. So when a guy's looking to track him, because you're fighting O'Malley, you're looking to track him. You're a tracker. you're hunting. You're looking to try to trap him, get him. And he feels that rope. He feels that. He knows where it is. Again, we'll do the same thing. He's moving around, he's giving that. And before he ever hits it around, pop, 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 he's around because he knows where he just instinctually, cerebrally, and to be a top at anything, but in my business, you have to be smart. I mean, the tough guys, they go to a certain point. Everyone's tough. To me, that's a prerequisite. You have to be tough, right? But if you're not tough, then you gotta go to opera, right? Or go to something else, whatever. But I don't know how your voice is, but
not great.
No, that's why you're here. I see that right now. But you got two tough guys. A guy who's smart, boom, he's that much better. And that's what you see in OMalley all the time. Again, his cerebralness, his awareness of where he is at all times. Also, he's aware that once he gets you a little frustrated where he's made you miss, and now all of a sudden he's aware that you're waiting a little bit, that you're thinking a little bit too long. Pop, 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 pop. That's where the hand speed comes on.
Right.
And then he's out of there. He's out of dodge. He don't need a sheriff to tell him, hey, get out of dodge. He knows to get out. OMalley not only uses his legs, he's so fleet-footed and so mobile, but again, like a boxer, there's 3 lines of defense in my game. And I'd be curious, it's probably the same in yours. One is legs, which we already showed pretty well. The other one is blocking, where you can block, cover up, block shots. The problem with blocking, I know Morale blocks pretty good. Here's the problem, when you block, you handcuff yourself. And if a guy puts punches together, guess what OMalley does? Puts punches together. Yeah. He's got you handcuffed, he can put them together. And the other line of defense is head movement. Let's touch on that one right now. So OMalley, again, not only his legs, if he does allow a guy to get close enough, or if a guy does get close enough, and he's shooting that jab out, boom, he's making a miss. Bang, he's right there. Bang, 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 bang. He makes a miss. Makes a bang, bang, bang. And he's right there to counter. And I noticed this, I'm curious on your take, that Merab, as great as he is, he breaks one of the cardinal rules in my business. He doesn't move his head after his last punch. He takes a picture.
Yeah.
He waits for the receipt. Pick your choice of whatever you want to do. So after he throws home, bam, 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 his head is right there.
Right.
Why?
I think some of it is Merab is looking to wrestle. So if Merab does get inside and he can get some punches off, he's waiting for the big counter. The guys there that are kind of sick of his pressure, they get frustrated and they throw big. As you throw big, you're feeding Merab your hips. So it's almost like he's waiting. I don't know that Sean OMalley is the guy that's gonna set his feet, throw one big shot.
Oh,
he's always moving, he's always switching. I don't know that OMalley's that guy, but I think at times Merab is used to people throwing big out of frustration because of his pace and his pressure.
Let me ask you one other question. Because his forte is, the takedown, obviously the shoot, could that be a reason why that his head is still there after he punches? That he's looking for the shoot?
Well, I think it's because we're always taught as wrestlers when we're grappling or wrestling that we don't want to get our heads too far over our feet. In turn of not doing that, when you do punch, your reaction is to grab.
Yeah.
But if you don't grab and you keep your head up, then you're kind of stuck straight up and down. And then it's hard to you're in this awkward position and it's kind of hard to get off and start hitting angles. So sometimes you sacrifice some of your defense to try to get your offense off.
He's gonna have a problem with that because you know what? If you don't move your head with OMalley after your punch, guess what? He's gonna move it for you. That's what my coach used to tell me, the great Customano, when I was boxing. And I was stubborn, I was in there, and I didn't move my head. He would say, hey, Atlas, if you don't move your head, he will. Merab, from the striking standpoint, for me, tell me if I'm wrong, because you're the expert in that business. For me, he's very standard, I'm not knocking him. I'm saying he's very standard and conventional with his striking, like basically jab, right hand.
There's not a lot of tricks.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of tricks.
Couldn't say it better. So here's the thing. There is a trick to throwing your jab. A lot of guys don't realize this. They think that you just throw a jab. But I tell you, as great a weapon as a jab is, and it's a great weapon, it sets everything up. It stabilizes the guy, it keeps the guy defensive, sets up your offense, does all of that. But it's the most dangerous punch in the business if you throw it at the wrong distance, at the wrong time, from the wrong position. And that's another thing O'Malley is so darn good at. Countering the jab, taking it away from you, using it as a weapon for him. He uses your weapon against you for him. Like you're jabbing, I'm jabbing, bang! Like, after a while, it's like, what do I do? And here's the trick to it. When you throw the jab, if you get full extension on your jab like that, that's fine. I can't counter that. But I notice Merab, he's a fighter. He's in there, you know. He's the guy that's gonna, well, he's gonna take you down. Sometimes he'll throw his jab from the wrong distance, from too close. Boom. Again. Bam. Bam. That's the problem. Bam, 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 bam. That's not fun, is it?
No, there's nothing fun about that.
No, nothing fun about that. All right, what's next? What's next? O'Malley's got so many tricks up his sleeve. He could beat David Copperfield. You know, he disappears in the ring. He does all that stuff. All right. Here is another one. And it's really relative to this fight because, look, in your business, how often do you go into a fight 100% healthy?
Almost never. There's always something.
Really? I mean, come on. Of course it is. I mean, it's like the NFL. The NFL, I mean, once the NFL starts, you know, that old saying, not for long. You're not staying healthy, not for long.
Not for long.
You're going through the season with something banged up. It doesn't matter how severe. In this case, it's a cut. I believe it's over his left eye, right? And he did something that was a little unusual. It's the reason we're talking about it.
He told the whole world.
Told the whole world. I mean, that's something I might want to keep a secret because I don't want my opponent to use that against me, to exploit that. And I know a lot of people don't think about that. They think about it now as we talk about it, I'm sure, that he can use that against him now because now he knows it's a weak spot.
It's fresh.
It's fresh.
It's like being in war and knowing there's a sniper and painting your helmet orange.
That's not good.
That's not great.
No, I mean, really, that would be bad. So here it is that not only has he shown it, but he talk about being conventional with his choices of punches. I'll tell you where he's unconventional, the way he takes stitches out.
Yes. I don't know if I would do it that way. Teddy, I would have hidden it the whole time.
Hedge clippers! Hedge clippers! I mean, thank God he was accurate with it.
Right.
You know? But yeah, you would have hit it, all kidding aside. You wouldn't have let your opponent know that you have that possible weakness.
Well, and I would have hidden it from everybody. Athletic commissions, the promotion, your own teammates at times, because you can, as Chael Sonnen says, you can telephone, telegram, or tell a fighter, everyone's gonna know.
100%.
So, yeah, it was a unique way of going about it.
Well, now that O'Malley knows, what's he gonna do about it? Well, I think he's gonna paint it. He's gonna look to paint it. What's he gonna use as a brush, his jab? Now, guess what? Another thing O'Malley does pretty well. He switches from orthodox to southpaw seamlessly. Like Crawford does in my business. I mean, he's as good lefty as he is right. He doesn't miss a beat. So, the cut is on his eye, right? Right. Touch it. Which eye? Right there? Yep. Okay. So he's here. What's he gonna do? He's gonna switch southpaw. Now he's got the lead hand here. Pain. Bam. Now you got blood coming down. What are you gonna do? You're gonna throw a little reckless. Bang.
Yeah.
Opened up another door. Painted with the right hand, which is on that side, makes sense. He can do it. Not every fighter could do that, because they can't change back and forth, southpaw to orthodox to southpaw. He can do it. And then get his eye a little blurry, get him maybe thinking about it a little bit. And then, don't talk about painting. You got a masterpiece.